Welcome you all for the Fluid Power System Module 3 Control Components and Hydraulic Circuit Design. This is lecture 2. Disclaimer: this PPT has been prepared by referring many sources, which includes figures, diagrams from internet as well as from prescribed text and reference books. I do not claim any originality in preparing this PPT or video. This PPT or video is exclusively for the purpose of education and not for any financial gains. I wholeheartedly thank all those who have directly or indirectly contributed to do this PPT or video. Thank you everyone who are directly or indirectly involved to prepare this PPT or video. Here it is the continuation part of a direction control valve. Here the classification, second one, according to the number of ports or the number of flow paths, based on number of ports or number of flow paths. Here 2-way, 3-way and 4-way valves. It is also called as 2 ports, 3 ports and 4 ports valves. They are characterized by the number of ports present in the valve and position. Port means it indicates the openings on the valve body for interconnections between the pump, systems and tank. One of the methods of designating a valve is by the number of ports. Here ports names indicated by P, A, B, T. P means this is the port for pump, A means port for actuator, this one is A, and one more port B, port for actuator. Suppose that it is a single acting actuator. If single acting actuator, A port is only present, B is not there in single acting, in case of single acting actuators. When B comes, there is a double acting cylinder or double acting actuator. And last one is a T or R. T means this is the port for tank. T is also called as R. R means reservoir, port for reservoir or port for tank. This is regarding the names of ports. When we go for a position, it indicates the position of the internal valving element, such as a spool or a sliding spool or a rotary spool that can occupy when actuated. Position of a valve does not represent its location or orientation, but it indicates the position of the internal valving element. Okay. See, step by step construction of 2, 3 and 4-way port valves and a brief explanation can be seen in the later slides. And see, I have given one example here, M by N valve. M means or M refers the number of ports. N refers the number of position. M by N valve, number of ports bar number of positions. First I will move on to 2-way valve. As the name implies, it consists of 2 ports or 2 flow paths. You can see this diagram here. Port P and port A are present. Here port P is here. Port P means from the pump, and this is A towards actuator point A. So two ports, hence it is a two-way valve. Look at this, there is no connection between port P and port A. Port P and port A, there is no connection, there is no flow between port P and port A. Means both valves are, both ports are closed. Look at this, this condition is satisfied. Both valves are not connected, so this condition is satisfied. And when we move on to second diagram, look at this. In this case, the flow is connected. Once this lever is actuated by external force, the spool travels against the spring force. You can see in this diagram, the spool is moved against the spring force. Okay, so the flow is connected. So when the spool travels from its seat, there is a passage opens, the passage is connected between port P and port A. Look at this, this condition is satisfied. Port P and port A is connected. What it indicates means this one is normally closed valve. In initial position, it is normally closed valve. What it means? In the position 1, what will happen? In the position 1, port P and port A are not connected. When we go for a second position, ports P and A are connected. You can see here this is the first position and this is second position. Here both ports are not connected, here ports are connected. So as this representation, we can conclude that it is initially normally closed valve, NC valve. You can see the diagrams of various diagrams. This is position number 1 and this is position number 2. So this representation tells it is normally closed valve. To connect the ports, here apply the force, external force on the push button. This is the push button. So once the force applied on this push button, because of this force, the ports are opening or closing happens. So in this case, because of this force, the port is connected. Because of this external force, the port is connected like this. This condition is satisfied, and it is a normally closed valve. Look at this, normally closed direction control valve. In the initial position, both ports are not connected. When we go for another case, look at this, it is a normally opened valve. Already port P and port A are connected without any external force. So once you applied the external force, the spool blocks the path. Look at this, it blocks the path. So there is no connection between port P and port A. This condition is satisfied here. And in first stage, what will happen? Port P and port A are connected. So this condition is satisfied here. This is the first position, this is the second position. So because of this reason, it is tells us normally open valve. Look at this, it is a normally open valve. So it is 2 by 2. 2 by 2 means it has port P, port A, two ports. Two ports are present over here, hence it is a two-way valve. And one more, two positions here, position number 1, position number 2. So it is a 2 by 2 valve. 2 by 2 valve means two ports, two position valve. Similarly, for three-way valve, here three ports are present, port P, port A, port T, and this is the first position and this is the second position. You can see 3 by 2 way direction control valve, 3 by 2 valve, 3 ports, 2 positions. So in this case normally closed. See here pump is blocked, so it is a normally closed valve. In the initial position where pump is blocked, that indicates normally closed one. See, in first position what will happen, the P is blocked, there is no flow, and the actuator A port connected towards tank. You can see here this condition is satisfied. And in second position what will happen, because of this external force, the push button is moving, so the flow is connected between P towards A and T is blocked. The flow connects between pump and actuator A. So here this condition is satisfied. This is the three-way valve and the positions are 2, so 3/2 direction control valve. In the initial position the pump port is blocked, so it is normally closed valve. And look at this, now the pump is opened, the pump is connected towards A and T is blocked, pump is connected to A. This condition is satisfied and it is normally open valve. In initial stage or initial position P is opened, so here is normally opened valve. 3 ports, 2 positions. And in second position what will happen, because of this external force, P is blocked, A is connected, T. So this condition is satisfied. So once you see these two figures, you come to know how the normally closed valve is and how the normally opened valve is. We'll move on to four-way valves. Four-way valves means it consists of 4 ports, port P, port A, port B and port T. Pump port, actuator port A, actuator port B and tank port T. So 4-way valves. And here this tells, this graphical representation tells 4/2 valve. It means 4 ports and 2 positions. First position is this one and second position is this one. I will explain the things. In the first position P is connected A and B is connected T. Look at this, the P is connected A and B is connected T. So what it tells normally, that it goes like this. Here there is a cylinder, it is 4 ports, so it is double acting cylinder. So 2 ports are present in the cylinder, it is double acting. So this is A, this is B. So what it tells, A is connected like this and B is connected like this. Extension of the cylinder happens here. Once the pump is connected A, the force of liquid act like this. Whatever the liquid accumulated over here, it goes like this towards a tank. And here this is the extension position of the cylinder. And when we go for a second position, P is connected to B and A is connected to T. This one indicates a retraction of the cylinder or retraction of the piston. How it is happens? Look at the diagram, and this A is connected here and B is connected here. Look at this. The direction from P and A to T. From P towards B, it pushes the piston inward, so retraction of the piston takes place, and whatever the liquid over here, it goes like this from A port towards tank port. This is retracted position. You can see in this diagram also, here compared to the previous diagram, here in the first position P connected to B and A connected to T. This is the first position and this is second position. See here, look at this, the P is connected to B, it tells it is a retracted position, and A connected to tank. This is retracted position. The piston travels inward. And in the second position tells because of this force, the P is connected like this and B connected towards tank. So it tells extension. Okay. This is the point to be remember, normally open and normally closed valve. Here there is no such concept, there is no normally open or normally closed valve. Here why? Because double acting cylinder. So in both cases P is actuated. In both cases P is actuated. See, when the push button is not applied by external force, P is connected to B and A is connected to T. When the push button is actuated by the force, P is connected to A and B is connected to T. Means because of this external force, change the direction of flow. 2x2 valve, normally opened valve, now it is closed. Two-way, two-position valve. It is normally opened, and when the push button is applied by the external force and blocks the path between pressure port and port A. Now it is opening. Look at this, the difference between normally open and closed. To close the path, external force is required. This is the 2x2 valve representation. Next is 3x2. Here 3 ports, pump port, actuator port, E is here reservoir. And next is 4x2. 4 ports, P, A, B, S. Here the tank port or reservoir port is indicated by the letter S. This is the third classification based on mode of actuation. In the mode of actuation, four different ways to actuate direction control valve, that is manually operated or actuated, mechanically operated, solenoid operated, and pilot operated. Direction control valves can be actuated by a variety of methods. Actuation is the method of moving the valve element from one position to another. Now we'll move on to first one, manually operated valve. In manually operated direction control valves, the spool is shifted manually by moving a handle pushing a button or stepping on a foot pedal. When the handle is not operated, the spool is returned to its original position by means of a spring. Manual actuation is commonly used in semi-automated machine tools and in mobile equipment. Look at the different manually operated valves representation, and here first one is, look at this, here there is a button, it is manually operated. This is the graphical symbol. There is a push button, it is also manually operated. There is a one lever is also manually operated, and here is a foot pedal, and here is operated by foot. So these are all four representations are manually operated direction control valve. And second is mechanically operated. The spool is shifted by using cams or roller plungers or springs and mechanical linkages. The springs and plungers are most commonly used to provide force for a variety of valve operations. Look at the construction of, or not construction, a graphical representation of the mechanically operated or mechanically actuated valves. First one is spring operated spring operated valve, a roller operated valve, and plunger operated valve. Now we'll move on to solenoid operated valve. Here a solenoid is an electromagnetic coil. When it is energized, it creates a magnetic force that pulls the armature. The armature is connected to the spool of the valve, and the valve gets actuated, solenoid actuation provides flexibility in hydraulic system design. System commands can be obtained from signals in any port of the circuit. Look at this. The figure represents the solenoid operated valve. Here these are the inside. There is a spool arrangement. This is a spool arrangement, and this is a valve body, and there is a combination of two electrical devices, and this one is called electrical coil, and this is armature. This is the armature. In this case, what will happen? I will move on to the working of solenoid operated valve. Here when you applied or supply the electrical signals between this coil and armature, and here once the coil is energized, it creates the magnetic field. And that is more than enough to attract the armature towards it. So because of this magnetic field, the armature is attracts towards it, means this armature comes and joins the coil. Look at this in this assembly. So because of this movement, the spool is moving either rightward or leftward. By this way, the valves are opening and closing happens, and by this way the ports are connected and disconnected, and it is a solenoid operated valve. Look at the animation. And last is pilot operated valve. A direction control valve can also be shifted by applying a pilot signal, either it is hydraulic or pneumatic, against a piston at either end of the valve spool. When pilot pressure is introduced, it pushes the piston to shift the spool. The advantage of the pilot fluid actuation is the long life of the fluid components compared to that of electrical components. Look at the construction of pilot operated valve. In this case, there are two valves are present. One is solenoid operated valve and second is main valve. Here the solenoid operated valve is also called as a slave valve. In this case, what will happen? Look at this. See, to operate the main valve, this solenoid valve is utilized. Why? See, in large hydraulic valves, the operating force required to move the spool can be large, or in some hydraulic systems, the operating pressure and flow can be high. Due to the high pressure of the system, force required to actuate the direction control valve will be high. In such a case, pilot operated valves are utilized. This system uses two valves. One is called a main operating valve or a master valve, and other is called pilot operated valve or a slave valve. Okay. See here, once in such case, in this case, what is happening? The pilot operated valve or a slave valve is operated by solenoid. when the solenoid operated valve is actuated, it sends the signal. That signal is called pilot signal to operate a main valve as shown in figure. So both master and slave valves will be usually housed in a one block or one module. Look at the diagram, you come to know. Okay. This is the working principle of pilot operated valve.